Hey guys, it's Maymay, and today we're making a wreath, a tulle wreath as a matter of fact. And this wreath is inspired from one that was put onto my Facebook group, which is called Maymay Made It and So Did I. And it was put there by Katie Ballard, and I will insert a picture here. Now this is a requested video to show how to make this this wreath. However, I'm going to put my own spin on it, but show you how to make a wreath like this in any color combination you want to. So here's what we're going to use today. We're using a wreath form. This is, I think this one's 12 inches. It doesn't say, so I guess we need to measure it. Let's just see. Yep, this is a 12-inch wreath circle, wreath form. You've seen me use these before. This is some tulle. I picked this up from Hobby Lobby, and this one, it says it's sparkle tulle, but I don't know. Maybe it sparkles a little bit. No glitter, because you know I don't do that. So this is 100% polyester. This color is called lilac, and let me show you some other goodies. Picked these up while I was at Hobby Lobby. Can you see those cute little ornaments that look like mittens, and then snowflakes, and then I'm still digging them out over here, okay, and then skates. How cute are the skates? I think they're adorable. And then also this snowman guy. Let's see, flip him around so he's going the right way. This little snowman guy, we're going to use him too. Now the reason I say I'm doing my own inspiration is because I don't really decorate for Halloween or anything like that. I just do fall. And I didn't need another wreath, but I would like to have, I would like to do Christmas stuff. And my mom wants a wreath for her girls' room that she decorates, which you'll see in her Christmas tour. So this is for her room. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is cut tulle. And I'm going to show you a trick to make that pretty easy. All right. This tulle is 6 inches wide, okay? We're going to need pieces that are 6 inches wide by 12 inches long. And I'm going to show you how to do that. I want you to imagine, and I know that these are not, I want you to imagine that these two pieces are 12 by 6. It's important that you understand I'm doing this in miniature so I can show you in screen, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like at the end in real life. But imagine that this is a 12 by 6 inch piece and this is a 12 by 6 inch piece. What you want to do is you want to glue a small spacer between two pieces of cardboard or mat board or cardstock or anything you've got that's sturdy enough for you to wrap your tulle around. Okay, that's all we're going to use this for, is to be like a template for the tulle. So here's what I did. I took my art glitter glue and I took the tip off of it because I wanted extra glue. And on the spacer, which I cut down smaller, and I'll show you why it's smaller, I just put some glue and just put it right in the middle somewhere. It doesn't have to be perfect, just sort of in the middle of my 12 inch by 6 inch piece. Okay, so my spacer is about this size, but in real life, okay, so imagine if this is 12 by 6, you would do this maybe 11 by 5, okay, and then you're just going to glue this other piece on top. So you start with this sandwich, and the reason we do this is because when this is in real size, 12 by 6, you're going to wrap your tulle around, and this little space we've created is for our scissors to fit through and cut our tulle. Now let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is the piece I created that I just showed you. This is my 12 by 6 inch piece with the spacer glued in the middle. I took the tulle and I wrapped it around that piece. Now I'm not going to take credit for this. I'm going to tell you who taught me this. This is from Trendy Tree, and they are on YouTube. That's how I learned how to do this. So I've got my 12 by 6 inch sandwich inside here, and I took the tulle off of one of these spools and wrapped every bit of it, starting at the end and wrapping it all the way around. So see how we have like a pillow of tulle wrapped? And now we're going to cut it. And here's the beauty of creating the sandwich. You can now get your scissors. Let's see if I can do this where you can see it. Your scissors will now fit into that gap you created so that you can slice this away. And it's really pretty cool, especially if you have these longer shears like this. So I'm going to go that far, and then I got to come back over and go back into that sandwich. Now once you cut it, don't let go. So see, we've got all those pieces started. Okay, but don't let go because we got to cut the other side. And this is going to get us our 12 by 6 inch pieces. So I'm going to slice these. Let me come back the other way. And slice. Okay, now then, I'm going to take this out, take out the sandwich, and we're left with all of these 12 by 6 inch pieces of tulle that we just cut. All right, so I hope that makes sense. I'm going to show you the piece now that I've got those cut. This is what I did. This is the actual piece that I did this sample of, okay? This is the actual size. So the spacer in the middle, room for your scissor blade, 12 by 6, wrap your tool around it, and that's how you get all your pieces cut. Good deal. Now we can get started. All right, so now we've got our work ring, and this part is so easy, okay? You're going to take all those pieces of tool that you cut, and I don't know how many I'm going to need, so I bought 2 rolls of tool and I cut all of one and just left the other one, but if I need it, I can do it. You're going to take this tool and you're just basically going to bring it to a piece like this, okay? We're working with slip knots, okay? We're going to make a half circle like this, okay? You're going to take this under that first ring and through it. We're only working on this first ring, okay? Make sure your edges, your ends, stay together. You don't want them to be wonky. You want them to stay together, okay? And then put your 2 fingers through this end of the loop and pull this through. Now this is going to seem like it's going to take forever, but it won't. Now see how my ends kind of got off kilter? You want to grab those back together. Make sure you got them together and pull. Now when you pull, you get this fluffiness, almost like you were making a tutu. Let's do another one. We're only working on that outer ring, okay? We're kind of widening this up and folding it in half, like so, okay? We're going to stick this loop underneath our work wreath and through that first loop. Make our circle. Grab those 2 loose pieces, make sure our ends are even, and then pull. Now we want to push these together. The trick with tulle is it's so see-through, you've got to put it together nice and full or you won't see anything. Now you're going to do this all the way around the wreath. I'm only going to do this on one ring, okay? So I'm going to go all the way around this wreath on the outside ring doing the same thing. I'm going to make a loop that's pretty even. I'm going to feed it through this outer ring, put my fingers in and pull. Then I'm going to push them together. Now if for some reason you get a little off kilter right here, you can always go back and cut it, but I find that that's harder than just paying attention to get it easier. As a former hairdresser, I know how hard it is to give something a haircut if you don't know what you're doing. So you want to try to just make them even. Trust me on that one, it'll be easier. Now this will go faster when you're not teaching it, okay? So when you're just sitting at home and doing this, see how quick that went? And I'm not having to walk you through the steps. This will go much faster, so don't think this is going to take forever, because it won't. Plus, just think how many Christmas movies you could watch while you do this. So I'm going to wrap all of these tool pieces around the outer edge and we will get right back together. So as you can see, I have these all tied on here now. And well, not tied, but slip knotted. And obviously now it's too big to get it in screen, but they're all the way around. I can go like this and show you most. You see the circle? Okay. Now, it took me about a spool and a 1/4 or a half. Not quite a half on the second spool to get them all the way around, but I did them really tight. Can you see how I have them like really snug? So you probably could go a little looser, but I like how full this is. Now at this point, if you wanted to do one like you saw in the picture that I showed you, this is where you'll start adding your clothespins. Now you can paint them, you can put paper on them, you can do anything to these clothespins. This would be where, if you saw my clothespin tutorial, which I'll link below, the clothespin video tutorial, this would be where you do that, because you're going to decorate these 2 rows here going around with clothespins. Now obviously I would paint these, or I would treat them in some way. I wouldn't just put them on plain like this, but you could if you liked it. So this would be where you'd put your clothespins all the way around and on either ring or on both rings, whichever way you want it. This is probably how I do it, like interlocking like that. But since I'm not doing clothespins, we're going to move on. I also want to tell you, you got several options here, because you could do this in multiple colors. So you could have the purple here, and then you could go to the next ring and do another color, and the next ring and another, and the next ring and another, or whatever you want. And if you do the next ring the same length that you've cut these, you'll by the time you move in, you're going to have another layer. Okay, they're not going to go all the way to the edge. You'll have another layer because this ring moves in a bit. All right, so let's do what I'm going to do. I'm going to use all of these pretty little things. So I'm going to get them open and we'll get started. Now I have all of these mittens, and I have 3 skates, and I have several snowflakes. I don't want these ribbons, so I'm going to go through and just in assembly line, I'm just going to go ahead and cut all of the ribbons off. And I'm probably going to cut the ribbons off of 2, like two mittens, 2 skates, 2 snowflakes, and see where I'm at. Because I don't want to cut all these ribbons off in case I don't use them. And this one I might want to put on my Christmas tree, or Mom might want to put it in the room where this wreath is going on that Christmas tree or something. So I'm just going to cut the strings off of a couple of them to start with. I can always cut more off if I need them. So aren't these the cutest things? By the way, these came from Hobby Lobby yesterday, and they were already 40% off. I think they are so cute. If you've not seen Mom's Christmas home tour, it's on my channel as well. And in that one, she takes you into the girls' room, and the girls' room is decorated, you know, very girly. Let's stop here for now and see what we're looking like. Okay, I'm going to use this leftover work wreath area to attach the mittens around, the skates, the snowflakes, and I'm just going to alternate them just back and forth. And I might even start with the snowflakes, and then, oh, that'd be cute, like to have a snowflake down. That's what we'll do. So let's bring some more snowflakes over. Do you see how you could do that with just snowflakes? Wouldn't that be pretty if you just did the little snowflakes attached? That's so pretty. All right, we're going to do that sort of like that. But before I get started, you remember me showing you this little snowman? He's so cute. He's holding a Christmas tree. He's going to hang in the center. I'm going to hang him right here. And I'm going to use one of those ribbons that I cut off. So I'm just going to put one of the ribbons onto him, into his little loop where the ornament hook should go. Just like this. And then I'm just going to tie him, just like he's an ornament, which he is, onto this wreath. And try to get him where he'll hang in the middle. So I'm going to do one loop and then look and see what we're looking like. Need to be about right there. Okay, so I'm going to tie a knot in that. So when this is finished and it's hanging, that snowman will hang in the middle there. Won't that be cute? I wanted to go ahead and do that because once I put these other things on, I'm not going to be able to get to that wreath. Now to attach all my pretties, I'm going to use these fuzzy chenille stems or pipe cleaners, whichever way you want to call them. And the reason I'm using these is because if I ever want to take these off, I can. So I'm going to take this first snowflake and I'm going to put this chenille stem through it. And trust me, by the time this is all done, you're not going to notice the chenille stems. They will blend into the background and you won't even see them. So I'm basically going to wire this on to this wreath form. Okay. And I'm going to put it through the 2 middle ones, not the outside one. I'm avoiding the outside because it'll be fine. It's going to be covered up by all these pieces anyway. And then in the back, I'm just twisting that chenille stem together. Hard for you guys to see what I'm doing in the back, but I'm just twisting this onto the work wreath. I'll flip it over at the end and show you. It'll be easier to do it that way. Alright, so there's the first snowflake in place. And then let's put another one on. I kind of want it above that snowman there. Now when you're doing this, it looks good to have them kind of overlapping the tool. You don't want them to be underneath the line of your tool. You want it to kind of cover that space. So if you kind of have it half on and then half off, it'll look really good. Alright, I'm going to keep putting snowflakes here, here, and all the way around. So all my snowflakes are adhered down to the work wreath. And now I'm going to take these guys and put them in the middle. So I'm going to adhere these down to cover the center portions here. I say adhere them down like I'm going to glue them. I'm going to actually chenille wire them on the same way. So let's put a mitten here, going in that direction. And I may just put another snowflake at the bottom. I don't know, I kind of like the mittens. Let's see. So in laying this out, I decided to twist it a little bit, and I'll tell you why. To get all of my elements to lay correctly, I really needed these 2 at the top because I'm going to add another snowflake to the top and then do mittens and skates. I think it'll make more sense that way. So I'm going to put one more snowflake up there just by putting the chenille stem or pipe cleaner around it. Make it in a wire element. Then I'm just going to wire this to the top. And I'm actually wiring it on the 2 rings above to give it a little more height next to those guys. Just to make it look a little bit different. And now that snowman will hang down under these snowflakes. That'll be super cute. Okay. Oh, these guys are making a mess. All this glitter coming off of them. Okay, so snowflake, snowman, and now mitten. Cute. I don't want to do the mitten this way. No, I like it going the other way. Mitten. Let's do mitten, skate, and skate. That'll be cute like that. Can you guys see it? Let me move it. That'll be cute. Okay, same thing. I'm going to chenille stem these on. And I'm going to use this glove fur to hide this pipe cleaner. If you had just a fine wire, you could use like a floral wire. You wouldn't see that anyway. See how that just disappears? You can't see it. Alright, so then we'll put this guy on. Alright, here's the last one. We're going to put the little skate on. I'm doing it the same way. Just chenille stem in those two center pieces, putting it where I want it, and then twisting in the back. By the way, these are just ornaments. These little pieces, in case you're wondering, they were just in the ornament section, and we found them and thought they would be cute to go around our wreath. Alright, so you can see the center pretty good. Like I said, when I get pictures, you'll be able to see it better. I'm going to flip it over and show you the back so you can see how I did it. So this is the back, and you can see all the chenille stems are all twisted back here. And then I can twist them together and leave them, or I can snip them off. And I tend to snip them off because you just don't need them. So I'm just going to take some scissors and just kind of get rid of them. This snowman wants to move around a little bit, so I've decided I'm going to put a chenille stem in here to hold him in place, just to give him a secure place to not, and that way he won't move around. So I'm just twisting that on top of his little ribbon that we put through him, and then I'm going to twist those two together, and he won't go anywhere now. He'll stay where he's supposed to be. So that's pretty much our wreath. That's a little bit off kilter in the camera, but I'm going to show some pictures. I'm going to do some pictures so you guys can see what it looks like. And how easy is that, right? You can put anything you want on that inner circle. You have all that room to work with. So if you make one of these wreaths, I'm going to try to turn it a little straighter. If you make one of these wreaths, I would love to see it on my Facebook group, which is Maymay Made It, and so did I. Head over and join the group. We will be more than happy to approve you there and see all the good stuff that you guys make too. There's a link below for that, and I'll make sure I put links below for everything that I discussed today in the video, all the videos that I talked about. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I'll see you again on Monday. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.